Hey, this is Sidan, coach of Destiny 6, bringing you the final battle of the regular season of the MBL Season 2. This week we'll be facing Kami Level Threat and their coach, Taka. You may have noticed that there was no battle last week. I did briefly explain in my WWA video, but to go into more detail, my opponent had a scheduling conflict with my battle, and he ultimately it was unfortunately he couldn't work around that, and was ultimately decided that I was awarded the win for that week, which cemented my spot in the playoffs. So, going through this week, I didn't have any of the pressure of having to win to make playoffs. I am going to see the first round of playoffs regardless. However, I do really want to win this week, just because going in, I lost my last battle technically, and I do want to gain some momentum in going into playoffs. So a win here just boosts a little bit of confidence. But I am facing probably a really powerful team. He's currently the leader of the other division that I'm in, so he's also guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, and is actually most likely my playoff my my week 1 playoff opponent. So that's interesting. But let's check out his team. As you can see on the right, he has some very powerful Pokemons, a good mix of like power and bulk, like Clefable, Golisopod, Dusclops are very bulky Pokemons, and on top of that he's got Charizard, G-Max, Duraludon, Indeedee, Starmie. They're incredibly powerful, and they don't require a lot of setup. Just slap like a choice specs on these Pokemons, and then they can cleave through like many teams. And then I also have to be wary about Toxicroak, Chinchino, and Shiftry. So it's a very powerful team, but I do think that my team actually has some advantages over his. So the first Pokemon I'm going to be bringing as has always been this season is Cinderace. I've with a Assault Vest this time as the usual, as opposed to the usual heavy duty boots. I'm going with like Pyro Ball, Gunk Shots, Sucker Punch, U-Turn. That's just to just hit as hard as I can, and just gain momentum, and a priority move in Sucker Punch. So this is just Cinderace is just there to like hammer at his team, do as much damage as possible. 220 speed should outspeed Charizard, a timid Charizard, with max speed investment, 252 plus on attack, just so I can do as much damage as I can. The rest just went into bulk. My second Pokemon is Escavalier. This is going to be mainly my, my answer to his G-Max Duraludon, or defensive answer to his G-Max Duraludon. Escavalier should be able to easily burn out his Dynamax turns, and on top of that, you should be able to come in on Pokemon like Starmie and Golisopod pretty easily. I do have to be wary about Indeedee and Clefable, even though defensive, like in terms of stats, he should be able to take them, but they both have fire coverage, so it's probably not the best Pokemon to really to come in on them. I give Shell Armor, so no chance of getting crit. Leftovers for just to keep the longevity on Escavalier. Mega Horn, Iron Head, Drill Run, just those three moves I think covers his team the best. Protect, just so I can get those extra leftover recovery. Full investment in special defense. Pretty simple, I think, build. My third Pokemon is going to be a Choice Specs Flygon. Yeah, that's I do think that the special side of his team, the his team's more susceptible to special attacks as opposed to physical attacks. So I just went with this special Flygon with that 80 base. Special attack isn't too bad, especially when boosted with the choice specs. Draco, Meteor, Earth Power, Bug Buzz, and Air Slash are just the best moves I think in terms of coverage. Particularly Draco Meteor, he has no Dragon Resist except Clefable, and he has no ground immune Pokemons either. So I think those two really should be enough. But Bug Buzz ensures that I can do super effective damage against Starmie. Not particularly Starmie, because Starmie will outspeed Flygon, but Shiftry and Air Slash should deal with Golisopod pretty well. Obviously, I just went max speed with Timid Nature. That's I just wanted to keep Charizard as honest as possible. Like I don't want Charizard to have any bulk on it. So giving the opportunity, I can, like, if I face it, I'm forcing his Charizard to be in max speed investment. So and then just special attack, rest and special attack. So yeah, pretty simple build there. My fourth Pokemon's Raichu, with Choice Scarf and Lightning Rod. I just go with this is just my I think my best just Pokemon to gain momentum. He has no electric immune Pokemons, and I think he only has one resist, if I recall. Yeah, I think Shiftry is his only resist, so I should just... Oh no, and Gmax Dorodon, so he has two resists, two resists to electric, so I think just 3 Volt switches throughout the match should just do massive chip to his team. Thunderbolt, just in case I don't need to start switching around anymore. Nuzzle to paralyze, and Focus Blast is there, so I can at least hit his electric resist. If I expect him to switch into it, I can just use Focus Blast. 180 plus should outspeed everything. In particular, it should outspeed Charizard, and even if he does get a +1 somehow, that ensures... Well, I do think that Charizard could be a Choice Scarf Charizard. So the speed ensures that I outspeed Charizard. I do go for the max attack, doing as much damage, and then I put the rest into really special defense, because I found no matter how many defense I put, I'm just gonna Raichu just drops to physical attacks regardless, so I just might as well put in special defense. My fifth Pokemon's going to be Slowbro. This is my my physical checks, defensive checks, with Regenerator and Rocky Helmet. I just went 3 attacks, Scald, Psychic, Body Press. I think that just covers his team the best. Those 3 moves. Scald also has a chance of burning, which increase its Slowbro's effectiveness to cover physical attacks. So Slack Off just for recovery. Regenerator, same thing. Pretty basic builds, max defense, because I'm just there to check the physical attacks. So And the last Pokemon is Togekiss with heavy duty boots. And Swimming Grace. Air Slash ensures that I'm doing those high flinches, 60% chance. Aura Spheres, so I can hit. Well, Air Slash is a great stab move, because actually none of his team is resisted to flying except one Pokemon, which is Duraludon, which is weak to Aura Sphere. So I should be able to. The Air Slash and Aura Sphere should hit his whole team for super effective or neutral damage. Defog to for hazard control. He does have a reliable rock setter. Roost just to keep Togekiss in longevity. And then I just went with a pretty defensive build. It's just max HP, 108 plus defense, and 148 defense. Special defense ensures that like Golisopod, I think with 108 plus defense, Golisopod needs to use like 3, I believe it was 3 poison jabs to faint Togekiss, and then the rest actually just went into special defense. I think that was the benchmark I went with, the defense. So 3 poison jabs from Golisopod, because yeah. So that's my team. I think this is a solid team that should be able to defend. Should be able to take down whatever 6 Pokemons that Taka will bring. So let's check out the battle. So it looks like my opponent brought G-Max Duraludon, Golisopod, Starmie, Kinchino, Fable, and Charizard. Okay, so I mean, Raichu is probably the safest lead, but if he leads with Golisopod, I'm going to have to force the switch straight away. Togekiss, I think, actually would be a good lead. I think he can take all the hits. Cinccino would probably be an issue, but I don't know. I mean, either one would have been Raichu or Togekiss's. I think works as lead. Maybe Raichu would have been better, but I mean, good guy's been cast. So he leads with Charizard, which I don't know. I'm totally fine. I think Togekiss defensively, I think was probably going to be my switch into Charizard regardless. So just go for an Air Slash straight away. Just get some damage onto it. And went with Belly Drum, which is something I didn't expect. I didn't account for that. Which I mean, that's my fault. It's funny enough because I have used like a physical Charizard before. Never, it was Dragon Dance one, but not a Belly Drum one. But at this stage in the match, this is worrying because Charizard's pretty fast. I think only Flygon and I do have Pokemon that are faster than it, but they're not going to do super effective damage. And on top of that, well, Raichu can do super effective damage, but you can't come in on anything, so I have to sack Pokemon. So I was thinking through my team, what is the most expendable Pokemon on my team, and it's got to be Slowbro. I think Slowbro was there for Toxicroak and mainly Toxicroak and Indeedee, and he didn't bring any of them, so just bring Slowbro. And I actually didn't think he would even bring Flame Charge, so that surprised me. But luckily Flame Charge didn't do as much, and I'm actually surprised how bulky. I've had Slowbro for this long, and I still didn't even realize how bulky Slowbro can be. Yeah, I know it was a resisted hit, so there's that, but at least now he can't boost his speed again without actually just feigning. So I do lose Slowbro, I sack Slowbro, and luckily he didn't go for a second flame charge, because I do know I did put a Choice Scarf Raichu just in case he went with a Choice Scarf Charizard, so easy, I just Volt Switch, should dispatch Charizard pretty easily, and it does. So I think coming out of that, I'm relatively, I'm in a relatively good position. I led with, given what Pokemon he had left, I mean, I guess he could still go Chinchino as follow-up, but I think Togekiss is just my best choice here. If he does go Chinchino, I can just hard switch into Escavalier. I think Escavalier should take Neo. Chinchino's hit. I mean, I guess at this point Slowbro would have been a great hit against Chinchino, but I do have Escavalier, so let's go with Air Slash. Just do neutral damage, and yeah, and he goes for Calm Mind. And I'm afraid if he keeps Calm Minding, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. So I gotta get in a Pokemon that can quickly dispatch it, and so I go with Cinderace. Now I was expecting probably Soft Boil or recover, like some recovering move, but no, decided to Calm Mind again. Which, I mean, it's no problem for me. Gunk Shot's not be affected by it, and at the amount of damage he has, Gunk Shot should OHKO, but I miss, and he goes for the Baton Pass, which I guess, I mean, Baton Pass is not a common strategy I see, because they're often banned in these, but yeah, now I'm actually kind of panicking at this point. Duraludon is already really defensively a hard Pokemon for me to take down, and on top of that, he has the only weakness I can exploit is being shored up by those two Calm Minds. So at this point I'm thinking, what is he gonna do? He's most likely gonna Dynamax. So I'm just going to U-turn into Escavalier. I mean, Escavalier is my main switching onto Duraludon. Though I didn't really take account on a +2 Duraludon. He does Dynamax. So I'm not sure what attack he's gonna go for. He could go for Max Steel Spike, just to get that defense boost, which makes sense. I'm not gonna take account. I'm not gonna underestimate Dynamax Pokemon's doing defense boost. Max Steel Spike just for defense boost, because I learned my lesson from week 1. But Escavalier picks up actually pretty well, given that it was a +2. So at this point I'm thinking, if I can get some damage off, and Escavalier can burn all the turns of Dynamax, I could bring in Flygon on the switch, or when I can get Flygon in for free, and just reveal the specs Earth Power, which I think even at +2 should get rid of Duralgon. Assuming I can get to about 7%, I'd say. I survived that max start first, which is lucky for me, to be honest. And I do more than enough. I need that critical hit. I think when I needed the critical hit, I'm not sure. 1 point. No, I don't think I actually need that critical hit, but at this point I'm just sacking Escavalier now. I have a clear goal. I can just sack Escavalier, get Flygon in, max both power. No, max, just both power. With those choice specs boosted, so and I am max speed Flygon, so I don't see any reason why Duralgon should. I mean, obviously, his choice scarf. So yeah, that just completely derailed my plan. And at this point, I'm not quite sure what I could do. I could swap in Cinderace. I do have the Assault Vest, but Raichu does have the Focus Blast, which is super effective. Now, obviously, Focus Blast is one of those moves where I don't really want to use it, but I have to. I'm still back against the wall. I have to use Focus Blast and just hope it connects. I mean, I did have two misses, so maybe luck will swing to my side and I'll get those connect, and I do. And then Raichu gets the kill, but I did lose. I think I did lose probably my most offensive Pokemon for nothing. So I'm still not in the greatest position. So obviously I'm Choice Scarfed, and you should know I'm Choice Scarfed because I did outspeed his Charizard, so Clefable was an easy switch in for him. I do go switch into Cinderace. I mean, there's no reason not to. Focus Blast is not going to be doing any damage to Clefable, so don't know what his moves he's gonna. Well, at this point, I know he's Calm Mind. I know he's Back and Pass. He could keep going for a Back and Pass and Calm Mind, and honestly pass it to his Starmie, which is gonna be bad. But he goes for knocks off my Assault Vest, which, I mean, it's a thing. I thought he was gonna switch out his Clefable, but I think he stood his ground, and good on him. I think there was, on hindsight, probably there was no real need to switch out Clefable, or to preserve Clefable, but at the same time, I can see Clefable actually just like hard walling Raichu and in particular probably Togekiss, so there's no reason not to preserve him either, so whatever. Obviously at this point he's thinking of sacking Clefable, so I might as well Volt Switch, get Cinderace back in, and just fade it. So there's really no need for me to go anything fancy. I go with Pyro Ball because it does have the better accuracy than Gunk Shot. Plus, I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I went with Pyro Ball. So, I mean, I evened up the counts. I mean, we're 3-3 now, but my Pokemons are more severely injured. And he does have two Pokemon that his two fastest Pokemon are still known to him. Though Cinderace at this point I thought, you know, Cinderace is faster. I should be able to Pyro Ball should outcoast Chinchino, but I forgot I did not speed creep Cinderace. I did not sorry, EV Cinderace to speed creep Chinchino. I speed crept Charizard. So, I mean, that was a mistake on my end. And if I knew, I probably would have gone with Sucker Punch. And then at this point, I wouldn't be forced to ride on Focus Blast again. I could have gone on Thunderbolt or something. But, I mean, that's like a shoulda, woulda, coulda kind of situation. There's nothing I can do. I have to go Focus Blast and hope it connects. Because, yeah, there's nothing I can do. Even if I do connect that faint Chinchino, it's not even a great. I'm not even in a great position. So I can switch into Gliscopod or Starmie. They're not going to take much damage from Focus Blast, and I'm forced to switch into Togekiss, which at that point you can probably Poison Jab or Ice Beam. But it was Focus Sash Chinchino, so I mean it's more of a reason why Sucker Punch would have been a better choice on as my move for Cinderace, and that's it. I mean Togekiss is bulky, but I don't think it would survive a skill link for Rock Blast. So yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. So at this point, I'm kind of resigning my fate. There's nothing I can do now. Even Rock Blast can miss. And that does mean that I could feint Chinchino, assuming Air Slash doesn't miss. But I'm in a position where he has Gliscopod, which admittedly, Gliscopod I don't think will do unless it has Poison Jab. Is not going to. Even then, because I'm faster than Gliscopod, I can force the emergency exit and then pretty much never take a hit from. I'll never take a Poison Jab from Gliscopod, but like there's an Ice Beam from Starmie should do tons of damage. But he goes for Meteor Beam, which I mean is an idea. I actually didn't even know Meteor Beam raises the special attack. But there we go. So my son took that pretty well actually. So maybe I could have roosted that turn to gauge your damage, but I think with that raising special attack, even a follow up with Ice Beam, which he does, would still threaten Togekiss too much to that I wouldn't even be on an offensive. I couldn't even offensively pressure Starmie. So I do get the loss on the final week of the regular season, which is, I mean, it wasn't a must-win. So, and yeah, it wasn't a must-win. I'm still gonna make the playoffs, but I would have really liked that momentum going into playoffs. But I'll take that loss, and I think given that I didn't reveal Flygon's set going into next week, which look, my next week opponent, which is the quarterfinals or the first round of playoffs, is actually against Kami Level Threat. So I'm going to be facing Taka again next week. But yeah, there's no point in dwelling on this. I will just take this match as a learning, and just improve on my team. I think we'll see how it goes. So hopefully I can redeem myself next week. If you like this video, please leave a like on. If you want to see me try to redeem myself next week, you can subscribe. Otherwise, I will post this video next week. Otherwise, see you next week. Until then, have a nice day and goodbye.